Watching a flight attendant drag your smart bag away because the non-removable battery just turned your $600 investment into a security threat is a soul-crushing way to start a vacation. From the overhyped junk to the essentials that actually work, these are the top 8 travel gadgets in 2026 ranked worst to best. You've seen them zipping through the terminal, those motorized suitcases that look like a fun way to beat the long walk to gate B42, but the second you hit a stretch of thick airport carpet or a slight incline, that fun ride turns into a 20-pound anchor. You're left dragging a dead motor and a heavy internal drive system that eats up half your packing space just so you could feel like a VIP for 5 minutes. Then comes the real headache, the battery. In 2026, airlines have gone nuclear on battery safety. Most of these rideables hide their power cells behind panels that require a toolkit to open. Picture yourself sweating under the harsh terminal lights, fumbling to rip the battery out while a line of 200 people waits for you to clear the security belt. If you can't get it out, you aren't flying. It's an expensive, motorized liability that turns you into a mechanic instead of a traveler. You're paying for a gimmick that adds zero utility once the novelty wears off. If your luggage needs a firmware update or a charging cable just to function as a bag, just look ahead and keep walking. Have you seen the ads with a quick 3-second wave of a purple light and suddenly your hotel remote is hospital-grade clean? It feels high-tech and satisfying. In reality, you're mostly just holding a fancy blue flashlight. To actually kill stubborn pathogens like norovirus or the germs that cause traveler's flu, you'd need to hold that wand perfectly still over a single spot for minutes, not seconds. The real danger here is the false sense of security. You zap the tray table, feel like a germ-fighting pro, and then eat a sandwich with your bare hands, only to spend the next 48 hours of your vacation vibrating on a bathroom floor. These wands sometimes even lack the intensity or proper wavelength to do anything more than mildly annoy a bacterium. In 2026, air travel is a petri dish. Leaning on a gimmick that relies on perfect conditions is a gamble you'll eventually lose. It's extra weight in your bag that offers zero protection. So don't trust your health to a light show. If you want to actually kill germs on the go, stick to the low-tech, high-reliability stuff that physically lifts the grime away. You know the one. That massive plastic cube with 4 different sliders that promises to work in 200 countries. It's the ultimate one-and-done travel purchase, until you actually try to use it in a real-world hotel room. You plug it into a loose, well-worn socket in London or Rome, attach your laptop cable, and gravity immediately takes over. The sheer leverage of that heavy brick causes it to sag out of the wall, leaving your devices uncharged while you're left propping it up with a stack of books or a shoe just to keep the connection. Even worse is the sparking. Because these all-in-one units use internal sliding tracks for the pins, they often develop loose connections over time. You'll hear that terrifying pop or see a blue flash when you plug it in, praying your $1,000 phone didn't just get fried by a $20 piece of plastic. In 2026, carrying a single, chunky point of failure is a rookie move. If one slider jams or an internal fuse pops, your entire charging setup is dead. Modular might be the best way to go instead. They were the viral sensation of the last few years. Wearing a neck fan in 2026, however, is the quickest way to out yourself as a tourist who prioritizes gadgets over dignity. You're essentially wearing a noisy plastic collar that hums right next to your ears. It sounds like a drone is following you, which means you can't hear your surroundings, your music, or the person trying to give you directions. Then there's the battery betrayal. On paper, they promise all-day cooling, but in reality, you get about 2 hours on high before the fans start to sputter. Once it dies, you're just walking around with a pound of useless, sweaty plastic around your neck that's actually making you hotter by blocking airflow. If you have long hair, you're also one motor glitch away from a painful hair meets intake disaster. It's a bulky, short-term solution for a problem that requires a lot more than a tiny breeze aimed at your jawline. Moving out of the junk category, we hit the gear that actually justifies its weight. Imagine relying on local plumbing while traveling. Gut-wrenching gamble with your health, right? The GeoPress tie changes the game. It's a literal press system. You fill the outer shell, put your weight into it, and 8 seconds later, you have 24 ounces of water free from viruses, bacteria, and even heavy metals. As the filter ages, pressing it feels like trying to compress a block of granite. But when you realize you can scoop water from a sketchy tap or a literal stream and drink it with zero fear, that struggle becomes a badge of honor. Plus, because it's titanium, you can strip the filter out and boil water directly in the outer cup over a camp stove. It's total freedom from the bottled water shakedown and a hefty hospital visit. If you've ever felt the security line panic while digging for a charging cable buried at the bottom of your bag, you know why a dedicated tech organizer is a non-negotiable. The TomTalk Lite T12 is the ultimate sanity saver for 2026. While other pouches act like black holes, this one uses a clever, upright standing design that lets it function as a mobile workstation on your tray table. You unzip it, and everything stays perfectly accessible. Look at this, zero digging required. It's quite spacious, and if you're a true minimalist, you might find yourself with a little extra room. But that's actually a win because it's surprisingly compressible, sliding into your backpack without forcing a game of luggage Tetris. It even has a separate front pocket for the stuff you need to grab in a hurry, like your earbuds or passport. This allows you to turn a chaotic mess of wires into a clean fan of gear that stays exactly where you put it. Maybe the organization's gold standard is that it doesn't over-engineer the simple task of holding your cords. One of the worst feelings is being tethered to airport walls like human leashes. With the Anchor Nano Power Bank, you're officially resigning from that life. This is the quiet flex of the power world. It's roughly the size of a pack of playing cards, but packs enough punch to top off your phone twice. The standout feature is the built-in USB-C cable that doubles as a carrying strap. You'll never have that "I have the battery but forgot the cord" realization again. If there's one tiny trade-off, it's that the integrated cable is on the shorter side, so you'll be holding the bank close to your phone while it charges. But honestly, that's a negligible detail when you consider it supports 30 watts fast charging, meaning you can go from dead to back in the game in a matter of minutes. It also has a sleek digital display that tells you exactly how much juice is left down to the percentage. It's a rugged, pocket-sized insurance policy against a dead battery in a foreign city. It's the most reliable, no-brainer power bank for travelers who want to pack light and move fast. The number one spot goes to the gate fee assassin. As airlines get increasingly aggressive with baggage sizers, Wandered's packing cubes are your secret weapon for beating the system. These aren't just flimsy bags. They use heavy-duty compression zippers that physically crush the air out of your clothes. You can take a week's worth of laundry and turn it into a dense, flat brick that slides effortlessly into a personal item-sized backpack. And because they feature a see-through front panel, you'll never have to unzip every single cube just to find a matching pair of socks. They also include a dedicated expandable laundry pocket so you can keep your clean and dirty clothes separate as your trip progresses. And check this. They're so effective at saving space that you might be tempted to overpack. But as long as you watch the weight, you're basically untouchable at the check-in counter. It's the ultimate cheat code for anyone who wants to skip the luggage carousel forever. Travel should never be about anything but moving fast and light. Ditch the overhyped gimmicks. Invest in these proven essentials so you can actually focus on the journey and not the gear that's weighing you down.